Hey guys, let's start the final episode of not the series, but this week at least, before we start the big ticket things like sending images, videos, and all that things. And so, whatever we are going to do today is to actually show the typing user when you're actually in the chatting room. And then, once somebody types, let's say other chat room users, if they start typing, you can actually see that one cell popping up here saying some other users are typing or some user is typing from the other end. So that's what we're going to target in this episode. After that, we will wind up for this week and then start with the fresh episodes in the coming weeks, where it's going to focus more on sending file types and all that, images, file types, video, and all that stuff. So let's get started with this one. So let me start my server. It's not yet running. Node on app.js. It's my WebSocket server running. I also need the HTTP server to also be running. Both of them are running right now. Let's relaunch my applications. I'm gonna try to make it short and simple. It's already running. It's showing. Let's run 2 at least right now. So this is running. And let's see what's going on with the chat implementation, which we did in the last time, where ease typing should be available. Yeah, it's working. I'm typing in the IPL chat room right now, so it's showing that. English Premier League. I think there is a problem. I need to fix this. I'll have a fix by next week. It's always okay. At least now it's showing the right one. I'm just typing and it's going. But when I go to the next one, I think it's always going to the first, which looks like a problem. I need to fix that. So at least today, let's try to fix this one, where once I, let's say, start typing over here, it should show the users over here who are typing. That one is what we are going to do right now. So for that, I need to start by creating a cell. We already have text message right and left cells. We also need something called as a typing user cell to be included right now. I'm doing that. Go to UI table view cell. I'm going to call it typing user cell. Also include the XIB for that. Should go within the create chat room messaging one. And let me include whatever I'm intending to do here. I need to have a view and a label here. That's what I'm gonna just drag from my other project. It's a simple control, nothing like complicated. You can just create one view, just one view and one that's my view, maybe 10, and one label to just represent those two. Center vertically should fix everything. I guess that's enough. So it should actually show, this view is nothing but an NV activity indicator view. You just have to include and assign it over here in the class NV. Just add a plain view and then associate NV activity indicator view as the type of that view. Now as soon as you include it, you can introduce the outlets. Where am I? It's from these that I need to go to the outlet. What am I doing? Assistant, and then bring those two over here. Typing user typing indicator, typing activity indicator, and the status message, status label, maybe I can call it. And this needs an import of NV active indicator. That should be enough. Then we need to have a view model associated. I'm going to call it as typing view model. It'll have just the information to actually include the typing message, because starting and stopping any will be taken care by this. So I'm going to create that along with we already have the messaging view models. Like if you go to the presenter, we already have created something called as a base message view model. We had created a base because we identified that at a later point we might have to include different other kinds of cells, not just a basic messaging view cell. We might even need an image view cell, and even typing user cell is something. Typing view model is something which is also part of showing the cell, so it is going to inherit from base view model itself. So base view model already has id and chat id association, so that helps in identifying. At least id is going to be some plain id. We don't need to actually manage anything. We can maybe even keep it as empty, or you can even associate a uuid for it. So I'm just going to create one typing view model, and also have a property typing message string, and then we can have an init to initialize this one. Not overriding, an init for this, which should have a message which needs to be shown, the typing message, and the chat room id. So those two are enough. I can just say typing message will be the message which we pass, and we can also do a super.init using id. I might just pass a uuid for that. uuid dot uuid string is enough for me, and then pass the chat room id to initialize the superclass. So this is my typing view model, which just I can maybe make it final class. I don't need to inherit anymore from it. So this is what is going to configure my typing cell as well. Go to my config function, create a function called configure, and I'm gonna use a view model, which is the one which we created right now, to configure this cell. Self dot view model, self dot status label dot text is going to be view model dot the typing message. So that will be enough to actually configure our cell. I guess that's enough. And we also need we are using this, so anytime this view is going to be shown, we need to actually instantiate this one awake from nib anytime. The type is going to be a ball pulse, and the color is going to be the purple color, the dark purple or deep purple, which we defined. That's going to be the color. And as soon as it is shown, we can always say indicator dot start animating. So whenever this view is available, we are always going to show one animation to it on the left side. If you see here, this is always going to show animation, and this is what is going to get updated whenever there is a change which comes from this. So that's going to happen. So that's my cell, typing user cell. And let's go to my chatroom messaging, wherever we are going to receive it. Even before that, let's register this cell. So for registration, we just need to add one more register like this. I'm going to call it as typing users cell nib, which is going to be typing user cell. That's it, instantiated this nib, and then I can also add this one. So my typing user cell is now registered with the cell. Now when is that I need to configure my cell? If the view model which is coming through is going to be of type typing users. So if let view model, I'm just going to say view model equal to view model as typing view model. If this is my view model which I receive through this item, which the view model which is used for the configure cell, then I can say I need to configure or at least dequeue a cell like this and then configure it. So I can just say guard let cell is going to be table view dot dequeue reusable cell with identifier, pass the identifier which is going to be string describing the typing users cell dot self is going to be the identifier, because that is what we have used to register this cell. If you see, like, register using cell reusable identifier is typing user cell. So that's the same thing I'm going to use for dequeuing, whatever you call it, dequeue typing user cell. So guard this dequeue, dequeuing, got it correct. Else you return a UI table view cell, and then cell dot configure, because we know that this configure is going to accept a typing view model. So this is anyway the same, we have already casted it to the view model. I'm just going to pass that, and then I'm going to return these cells. So however it is going to work is, as soon as within the array, within the sections view models array, if it identifies a typing view cell, typing view model, it's going to configure one dequeue cell, a reusable cell, and then that's going to get configured, which is going to be this typing user cell. So that we have at least made sure that whenever this comes through, we need to show a typing user cell. So we need to also pass that through this now, through the presenter. This is where we are actually creating the sections. So sections is created using the messages which is received. Each and every message for a chat room is being fetched over here. We are fetching it. Over here we are getting all the messages, and that is received through a signal from the interactor. So this is what we are using to create the sections. So if you have to actually add a typing cell as well to it, then we need to actually also include that signal as well. Like, we already have the typing users, we are sending the start typing from this messaging side, but we also need to receive the typing users information over here. So I'm going to also include that observable typing users, and then I might have to pass it through this typing users. Is going to be the coming through the messaging interactor dot typing users. So that's coming through now. So we have that signal available through the output of the use cases. So all that now we need to do is to actually combine these two. That's the only thing we need to now do. We just need to combine these two signals. So already we have the messages signal. Whatever I'm going to do is to combine observable. Both of them are observable, so I can always do a combine latest, which actually combines both of these signals. So whenever a change to one signal happen, it's going to receive a value and then combine the latest value available with even the other one. Let's say I get typing messages, typing users signal from somewhere, then it's going to receive it over here. Also, it's going to combine this signal, which is the earlier signal which is available, which is already there for all the messages, recent messages. So it's going to include this and that together. So that's how we are going to use the combine. Output dot typing users. So I'm not going to compile this one because it's a little too much for the compiler to understand the RX version. So I'm just going to do whatever logic we already have here. I just combined the typing users over here, passing a profile. One more thing we need to pass now is the, because these are now three signals, so $1 is also going to carry $0 is also going to carry this one. This is my first signal, so $0 is my $0.1 is going to be my first signal of messages. $1 is going to be my profile, and $0.1 is going to be the typing users. So I'm just passing the third one over here, which is the typing users. So maybe I can just name it properly, email, and this is going to be the typing users. Still it's going to find it difficult to compile. Generic result, result cannot be inferred. Still maybe we have to, it's a good idea if you can maybe comment some of the parts out. Referencing operator function less than comma requires a typing users, but it's pointing to typing users. $0.0 is actually the use cases. I guess that should that's actually the messages. $0.0 is messages. $0.1 is typing users. $1 is profile. So that's fixed. Maybe now let me compile. It should be some internal errors. So these are the typing users, which is the third parameter. Now include that. It should compile now fine, because we have passed this typing users but not used it yet. So how do we use it? So first thing, whatever we are right now returning is only the messages. So we might maybe capture the view models. I'm just going to call it as view models of messages, and I'm going to just return it over here. So this is the final output, view models, which is going to go through. But even before sending it, we also need to check whether there are any typing users available. So these are all the messages view models creation happens here. So after that, also check whether we have any typing users available. So that's what is going to get translated over here. So for that, I'm just going to say typing users. First thing is that I need to actually filter out myself. If I am the typing user, I need to filter out myself from the user list. So that's the reason I'm just going to say, if not profile dot email is okay, email is what I have passed over here, so I can just directly pick that. If my email is not equal to the typing user's email, this is the field, this is the result I am interested in. So if this count is greater than 0, then I can actually start building the typing view models. If this dot count is greater than 0, then I can start building the other view model, which is typing users dot filter. I can just say now I can build that view model, which will be a single view model. So I can just say let typing string, which we did for even the chat list case. So I can just say typing user dot filter. I'm gonna do a first filter on the chat room ID, which is going to be the chat room ID. I don't think we have passed the chat room ID, so we need to maybe pass the dependencies. Chat room equals dependencies dot chat room, and then pick that chat room ID, chat room dot ID. Maybe I had to pass the empty. Is that even needed? I think it should pick it up, because both are even this is not optional. I think it should pick it up. Chat this comparison. After that, whatever result I get, I'm gonna map it to the username, which will actually enable me to do a joint using a separator, which we did even in the other case. So this is going to be my typing string, plus I might just say he's typing, similar to what we did over there in the chat rooms list. So I already have the typing string available. Now whatever I need to do is to create a view model. I'm just going to call, maybe I can just I'm going to create it, but I'm just going to combine this, all the view models which were created over here, and then create one more called typing view model, accepting the parameters called message, which is going to be this typing string, and the chat room ID, chat room dot id. I guess that's my view model. I'm just returning. If I find that there are typing users also there, I'm just going to create one, append one more over here, and then just return from here. Otherwise I'll return from here. So I guess whenever there is a typing user signal comes through, it's going to create the whole view model structure and then bind it back to the table view that anyway is happening over here. So if we have to ignore this, anyway it was working normally. When a new message comes through, it's going to rebind everything and then rebind everything and show in the table view. But let's say if a typing user signal also comes through this combined latest, then it's going to pick up the earlier existing values of these messages plus the new signal from this and then show it. Even if let's say a new message comes through, if there are any typing users still typing, then it's also going to do that one. So typing users, anyway, the server, as soon as after 5 seconds, we are anyway sending a signal to the server saying now stop the typing. So it's always at the end, it's going to return an empty signal, empty array. So at that point, it's only going to show the messages. And even if they are both are combined together, even this empty is going to send some signals. But anyway, we are going to check for the count. So it's not going to create any cells for that. So I guess this should compile fine now. And let's see whether we can see some magic working with this change. So that's my chat room. I pointed correctly to the right chat room at least now. Let me also run the other one. Yeah, IPL chat room. It's going to the IPL chat room. This went to English Premier League. I need to fix. So let's see whether we can see something. So this guy is going to type now. Yep, it's working. So after 5 seconds, he should stop typing. But then there was, I think 5 seconds logic has a small issue, but then it's sending a couple of signals. It's still fine. Now it should only show. See, it's not showing for the same user over here, but this is sending a couple of signals. I guess that's need a minor fix somewhere, but then it looks fine to me. So both these guys are now typing. So it's gonna, if I had a third user, let's run one more user. I don't know who is registered as a third user. I'll have to check my DB users. Query, only 2 users. Maybe I have to create one more. So let's do that. I'm going to create one more user. I'm going to log out one guy. I'm going to create a John Doe. Who is the guy who I can log out? This is iVenki. This is iWish. This is iWish. 2 iWish. Or maybe I'll log out this guy. And then create an account. I'll just call john@mail.com. Call him. This is my username, John Doe. Password is going to be test 123 maybe. Sign up. So John Doe is also there. John Doe, John. So John is also going to join in to this chat room. Are we in the same? Yeah, bro, yeah, bro. This looks like a different chat room. English Premier. I need to fix that badly. I think it's not syncing all the messages. Okay, let this guy also join in. I guess everyone, let's go to English Premier League. Yeah, everyone is in that right now. Okay, this guy is actually seeing Vish and Venki's message. This is perfect actually. It's synced, all of them have synced it properly, because this guy has not sent anything right now. So now he's gonna send something new. So John Doe is typing. Hey. So a couple of guys will start. John Doe and Venki are typing. So this looks good. So it's filtering out those guys who are typing. So everyone is getting those signals, and after some time it stops for everyone. Message is received. Maybe after the message is received, I might have to just stop that typing. That signal has to also go through. Let's say if I have sent it, there is no need that I keep sending that each typing signal over and over. So as soon as that is one refactoring I might just do in the coming episodes, where as soon as I sent a message, I get a call back, I'm just going to say I stop that typing signal. So that's something I need to do. Plus one more fix over here which I need to do is, it's not going to the right it's always picking up the first one. So I'll have to check what's wrong there, but then otherwise whatever is expected for this week is complete, where the chatting feature has such as started working. We have the typing bonus feature available right now, even in the chat rooms as well. So somebody starts typing, it's available in that, it shows all over the places right now. So it's good feature to have when you are creating a chat room based application. So that's what I wanted to cover in this week's series of episodes. So coming up in the upcoming series, not in the upcoming series, in the current series itself, upcoming episodes are going to be more challenging, where you're gonna send different kinds of file types, like a GIF or a image. GIF is an image, but then you have to handle it differently in iOS. Then you're gonna have, I'm going to integrate the Jiffy developer API for showing all the GIFs available, so that we can pick some GIF and then send it across. Or even we for image sharing, I'm going to use a file sharing as well as capture using camera. That is something I can do for images as well as videos. Then location sharing, that's also something I'm thinking of, like taking up at a later point, along with audio sharing and contact sharing. Lots of things are still pending to be done. Maybe it's going to take maybe a couple of weeks more to do that. So I think this much, whatever, at least the basics of messaging is already covered. So I guess you can start working on something where you can integrate a messaging feature with the kind of knowledge that right now you have. So leave your comments and feedback. Keep supporting me through Patreon or super chat or wherever it is possible for you. And until the next episodes, which is coming up later in the weeks, it's bye from me.